All right, guys. So, play number four. Oh, play number four on this drive. Is disastrous. After we have a big pass to Jaheim downfield, we get a drop by Stogner on the next play, and you know, now it gets worse. Okay, now it gets worse. I don't, because guys, I want y'all to know, I think Spencer Rattler is going to be amazing. Kid's fucking up a lot. Okay. Some of this stuff is not going to be on Satterfield the way, a lot of the fans are thinking it is. Okay. So the play starts. We get, we get Bell motions all the way from his wide out spot over here, and Bell is back, to about a tight end spot over here. Okay. Once again, trying to get eyes on Bell. Not a problem. Could have been a handoff back to, because we have Stogner over here blocking. Okay. There's some options, but because it ends up being a play action. Okay. And so the play starts, it's a play action where Juju gets has the fake handoff here, and then he's coming out on a wheel route out here. Okay. Stogner had gone up the field here. Okay, so he's up ahead. All right. Here's the first big problem in this play. All right. Now these guys had Van had moved out to here. This was Van, okay, and this was actually Dak Joyner. Dak had gone out and gone on a route up here, okay. There was a lot of room out here in the field. God, I forget where Bell was. I would have to go back honestly and look at the play. It's hard for me to always see where everybody ends up because I think he might have taken off. I believe he was on a seam up here, so these guys are kind of spread out, like that. At the end of the play, okay? Because Bell ends up being the one to make the tackle after the interception. I'm pretty sure he took off, from somewhere in there. I don't know exactly where the hell Bell was, if you want to know the truth, all right? But here's where the first problem comes in. When the play started, the pocket starts to form, okay? Pocket's okay, except for there's some pressure coming from the edge out here. Okay, there's some pressure coming from the edge out here. All right, there was an opportunity for Spencer to step up inside of that pressure into his pocket and give his blocker a chance to because the pressure was coming from the outside, the blocker was going to have to shift and rotate inwards to give Spencer that. Instead, once again, Spencer just backs up and just starts running. He's like, oh my God, there's pressure. The rest of the line was holding up. The only pressure was really coming from right here. And if he'd have stepped up, he would have had time for his play to develop and get these receivers that were out here and all these other places potentially open or whatever. Maybe, Van sees, Spencer's in trouble or something, comes back. One of these guys, who knows who comes back to the play at that point. All right. It wasn't even a bad passing choice to Juju. He was one-on-one. You had him on a wheel route. Okay. The pass ends up being horrible. Way underthrown. You say, oh, maybe he's going for a back shoulder pass, but I mean, you wouldn't go for a back shoulder pass really in that situation unless the only reason he goes for a back shoulder pass is because the defender on Juju is running like this, and usually you throw a back shoulder pass to a taller receiver. It doesn't always have to be. It could have definitely been to a shorter receiver, but Juju's out in front of the guy. All right, here is everything that really happens here. Okay. First of all, Spencer misstepping up in the pocket. So now he's in a panic because he's getting rushed over here from the left. he didn't throw off of his back foot. Like initially I thought, oh, he threw it off his back foot or something. Yeah, okay. He was able to plant and whatnot. So he could have delivered a good pass because his O-line did give him the time. And if he'd have stepped up more, he had even more time. But because he had backed up so much, it throws the timing of the play off and the feel of how far you're supposed to be passing downfield. On top of that, in his brain, he's oh my God, this defender. Here, I'm going to bring another one out. This defender here, he's worried about this guy coming over here. Our O-line guy holds up here. You guys go back and review the play. He ends up recovering and blocking, and that's going to happen, guys. You're not always going to hold a pocket like this where, every defender is every O-lineman is keeping the defender straight in front of him. This guy had started to find a way around. He's starting to shift. Spencer's job there was to move up, not keep backing up. But now he's under pressure. He wants to get the ball to really, I think the play was designed to get Juju over here one-on-one. Okay, we're going to talk about that. All right. Spencer's forcing where the play is designed. You could actually read Spencer's intended throw the whole time, actually. Okay? And he ends up underthrowing it, and this guy's just right there and just grabs it, guys. I mean, it was just easy. Okay? He underthrows it. He was reading that. He was going to Juju the whole way. I've seen some criticism about I've seen some guys say, I think Spencer has selected his receiver before he even leaves the huddle, and that's who he's... On some of these plays, I'm going to say yes to that. That's not always the case, but on some of these plays, I'm definitely going to say yes to that because it looked like, the way everything was set up from the beginning of the play where, we had initially Bell was out here and he motioned and he came around and Stogner ran out here in front of Juju because Juju had come off of a play fake here and coming on a wheel route. It looks like it was designed to probably get Juju one-on-one over here. Fine, that's a good play. That's fine. Juju's got speed. He was, they were probably hoping to get him matched up against the linebacker, obviously, and that he would be able to outrun the linebacker and get some space between whoever he was throwing. Whoever was defending him, that he was going to be faster. And he was going to be a little space, and Spencer was supposed to give him a lead out in front. But because Spencer got panicked about this guy, okay. He throws a bad pass to a receiver he was looking at the whole time. Okay, so there was this play, that INT, 100% on Spence. Guys, get off of Satterfield on this one. I'm going to, I've seen some Satterfield stuff, questionable personnel and things like this. I didn't mind this play. Okay, this one was on Spence, guys. I love you, Spence. If you see this video, this one was on you, buddy. These are the things you got to fix in your play. Man, this was hard to watch, Spence. Okay, you have so much talent with your arm that you underthrew a ball. Okay, I know you're adjusting the SEC pressure and stuff, and what a pocket actually looks like. I'm sure when you were in Oklahoma, you didn't have the same kind of pressure. The O-line didn't have to respond the same, and shift, and just do the same kind of things to respond to the kind of pressure and push the SEC defense is getting. I get that, but you got to get used to using good O-line. These guys played you well on this, buddy. They gave you a good pocket. You could have moved up, okay? And this is the second time you're hearing me critique your pocket awareness, okay? You got to move up in there, man. You got to learn how to use a SEC pocket. All right, guys, this was not on the O-line. All right, O-line so far through 2 drives has held up. They're looking good. If you're watching the game at this point in the game, the announcers are talking about Spencer having clean pockets. Okay, so it's seen. We can tell that the pockets are there, that this stuff is okay, but we're just not getting our quarterback to use his pocket properly. It put him in a hurry right there. He makes a bad play.